Есть.
Hello comrades, an update. I have reworked my elemental invocation concept. The idea is still to store energy by inflicting ailments to nuke something fat when it's full. And we have a new star here, Eye of Winter. It's a projectile that shoots shards. When the shard passes over an elemental ground effect, it will take on the effect, applying it to nearby enemies, and deals more damage. Thus, it can inflict all ailments, if I have all the grounds. Now, to create chilled ground, I use Frostbolt. Ascendancy gives extra lightning damage to shock, and generates shocked ground when it does, which is hopefully consistent because each eye shoots a lot of shards. Flame Wall adds fire damage for ignition even if it doesn't count as burning ground itself. Now that we have a skill that inflicts shock, ignite and freeze, the invocation dream is real. The skill I plan to use with it is Arc, because chain support gives it a lot of damage. Another solid option would be a comet linked with spell Echo. Comet has huge damage and crit chance, triggered spell with spell Echo should ignore cast speed penalty and just double the damage. But I'm not sure how bad would a delay after multiple comets casted be, so this needs testing. Now the math. You need 82 energy to cast one arc with invocation, and it can be stored up to 6 times. Each cast of Eye of Winter ignites and shocks, so we generate at least 50 energy not counting freeze. It gets increased to 75, so it's 7 casts of Eye of Winter to build up full extra casts of arc. The setup I was talking about in the last video inflicts 2 shocks with 2 Orbs of Storm per 1 lightning conduit cast. Now that I also ignite, I can use cast on ignite that costs less spirit and builds up energy a little faster. I use it with Frostbolt for chilling ground and exposure. If 10% as extra lightning on Eye of Winter would not be enough to shock, you can add cast on shock, move Frostbolt here, and add lightning storm with shock chances on cast on ignite. But hopefully you don't need it. Elemental invocation can be much stronger. All of cast on freeze, ignite and shock gems say gain energy once per skill use, while invocation does not have this line. Also, it doesn't say of any cooldown, so in theory it can count every ailment inflicted by several Eye of Winter shards, which would generate full energy not in 7 casts, but in 1 or 2. That is the dream. The rest is Lightning Warp for Kalend Strike, a buff that gives energy for triggers when you lose energy shield linked with regeneration, Blush Me with defensive curses, and also a Dark Horse, Elemental Discharge. Triggers on hit deals damage for inflicted ailments, which we do a lot. But it is not among shown support gems, so I assume it's on the gear. Maybe not released yet at all. But this would fit great, so something to keep in mind. If I start with this, I'll do the campaign as a caster with Orb of Storm, Spark and Flame Wall, into Orb of Storm and Lightning Conduit. If I don't, I have another idea of a spell Chaos Overtime Blood Mage, which I'll hopefully make a video about before the league start. The link of the build is in description. Keep in mind that this is raw concept and needs testing. Bye bye.